Reporter Clovis Casali standing by at the Elysée Palace. We can cross there and speak to him now. Hello to you, Clovis. The French government is still dealing with those riots that rocked the country last month. Emmanuel Macron said there's a risk of division within the French people. Tell us a bit more about his message.
Well, everybody wanted to hear what President Macron would have to say about these riots, and he had a very clear message: authority, but hope. That's what the French government needs to deliver. This summer, he says, we need to follow up on those riots and help local authorities, help the mayors with all the reconstruction efforts. But the French president also had a message for the families in the impoverished areas of France where those riots took place, saying we need to work with these families, help youths get proper access to education, culture, sport, opportunities, if you will, while also stating that it's not just up to the state to provide education to disillusioned youths, but also families. So he tried to say that they have a responsibility also in this collective project. Emmanuel Macron saying we will provide deep answers to the unrest, with measures presumably coming in September with clear action. That's what a lot of people are hoping for. And he said it will be a humanist response. All of this, of course, in a collective project where authority, but hope also, needs to be mixed.
In this reshuffle, Clovis, we're seeing 8 new appointments. What was the president's strategy in making these changes?
Well, it's not a major government reshuffle, and that's why President Macron straight away in this address spoke of continuity, but also of efficiency. He said that the French people are often disappointed with politicians because they don't see the clear impact, the clear results of policies, because it can take months, if not years. And that's why action taken needs to produce results visible, seen by people in their day-to-day lives. That's important. He also said that he reaffirmed his confidence in the Prime Minister, and that's why Elysée Palace is still Prime Minister today, that he believes in her and that she will carry out, of course, the policies set by him. He then articulated his speech over a few main themes, speaking of the need for work to pay, but also merit to count, for progress, more efficiency in public services, and he also said there was a need to address inequalities. And then President Macron, as often, said that environment and the defense of environment, greener energy, would be key to his policies in the coming months.
Clovis, in the recent weeks and months, we've seen a number of challenges for the president trying to relaunch his second term. Moving forward, what are the obstacles for this reformist president?
Well, the obstacles are very clear. Unrest, people on the streets demonstrating, just like you saw when he carried out his pension reform. But Emmanuel Macron today said again, I'm carrying out the policies that the French people voted for. They chose me 6 years ago, and I will continue to carry out these reforms, pension reforms, but also create jobs and try to reindustrialize the country. That's President Macron's agenda. And, you know, he's criticized in France by the left for being too liberal. Well, here he outlined a very social democrat agenda views. If you take a look at other foreign nations, social democracy is what he's trying to promote here, saying that he wants to tackle inequalities. He wants to create jobs. He wants to create growth. He wants to reduce public deficits, but also correct inequalities. And that's why also he speaks of the need for hope, for investment in impoverished areas. We believe in work and merit. We have already created 1.7 million jobs. That's his message. And we need to reach full employment. But for President Emmanuel Macron, it's very clear. You can only have strong public services, as he's been pledging, if you reduce deficits.
All right, Clovis, thank you very much. Clovis Casali reporting from the Elysée.